Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling a story that really pushes the limits of what we understand about human courage.
Yeah, it's intense.
It's more than just an incident in the air. It's about, well, sheer terror, but also incredible bravery. An unforgettable sacrifice, really. We've looked at detailed accounts, real-life stuff about this air disaster, and specifically the heroism of one person.
Neerja Bhanot.
Exactly. So our goal today is to get the full story of Neerja Bhanot and Pan Am Flight 73. Not just the facts, but the human side of it all.
It's compelling.
Air travel. It's fascinating, isn't it? That feeling of freedom, connection, but then you have these rare moments of crisis, like this one.
And what's striking is how these moments, these extreme events, they really show you what people are made of.
Right.
In Neerja's case, you see this unimaginable pressure. And it doesn't just reveal her character, it sort of forges this incredible selflessness.
It does.
It's a powerful reminder that bravery isn't always just about training. It comes from, well, everything a person has been through.
Absolutely. And it's those deep truths about resilience that her story really brings to light. So let's start at the beginning. Neerja Bhanot.
Born September 7th, 1963, Chandigarh, India.
Right. And her family, they moved to Mumbai. Her father, Harish Bhanot, he was a journalist for the Hindustan Times.
And she had two older brothers, Akhil and Ish.
Yeah, she was clearly loved. They called her Lado, which means like darling or dear.
A cherished child.
She went to St. Xavier's College in Mumbai. But what's really striking is her career started so young.
Modeling, right, at 16.
Yes, 16. Already successful, magazine covers, ads, TV commercials, the whole thing.
Wow.
And she was a big fan of Rajesh Khanna, the Indian actor, even kind of adopted his philosophies, apparently.
It paints a picture, doesn't it? This vibrant young woman, successful early on, makes what happens later even more, well, poignant.
Yeah.
And you wonder, that experience in modeling, handling that pressure, being in the public eye, did that somehow prepare her?
Maybe subconsciously, that professionalism, composure under pressure.
Those traits definitely became critical later, didn't they? In a very different, terrifying spotlight.
That strength she had was definitely tested. In her personal life, too. 1985, she gets married. She's 22.
Moves away from home for the first time to the UAE with her husband.
Yeah, but it didn't go well. The marriage turned out to be abusive, neglect, even starvation, the accounts say.
That's awful.
But she didn't stay. After less than 3 months, she made the incredibly brave choice to leave, went back to her parents in Mumbai, got divorced soon after.
Overcoming something like that, making that difficult choice for herself, it shows incredible strength, real fortitude. It's that kind of experience, maybe, that builds a resilience you don't even know you have until you need it, like she would later.
And she took that strength and just immediately channeled it. The same year she got divorced, 1985, she decides to become a flight attendant.
For Pan Am, which was a huge deal.
Huge, incredibly competitive. We're talking over 10,000 applicants in India.
How many spots?
80. Just 80.
Wow. The odds were stacked against her.
But she got selected. Went to Miami for 2 months of training?
Yep, intensive training. Then back to India as a full-time flight attendant.
And she excelled. Within just 1 year, she was promoted to purser, chief flight attendant.
That's incredibly fast.
Right, while still doing some modeling on the side.
That rapid promotion, it really says something. It's not just about doing the job well. It points to real leadership potential.
Definitely.
Because, training prepares you for the expected emergencies. But to rise that quickly and then handle something completely unexpected, that takes something innate, an ability to lead when the rule book goes out the window.
And that ability, that professionalism, was about to face the ultimate test. Let's go to September 5th, 1986.
Just 2 days before her 23rd birthday.
Tragically, yes. She's assigned as purser on Pan Am Flight 73. The flight path was Mumbai to New York, with stops in Karachi and Frankfurt.
Standard route.
On a Boeing 747-121, big plane, 394 passengers, including 9 kids, crew of 20 flight attendants, plus the 3 in the cockpit co-pilot, flight engineer.
Oh.
They land in Karachi, Pakistan, 4:45 a.m., just a scheduled stopover.
But those stopovers, back then especially, they were vulnerable points. Security wasn't always what it is now, and terrorist groups knew that.
Exactly. What should have been routine turned deadly.
A flashpoint.
Precisely. 5:23 a.m., that's when it happened. 4 armed men stormed the aircraft.
Palestinian men.
Abu Nidal Organization.
Yes, their goal, Force the plane to Larnaca, Cyprus. Demand the release of prisoners.
How did they even get on board?
Brutally. 2 killed a Kuwait Airlines employee on the tarmac first. The other 2 were disguised as airport security. Drove a van full of weapons right up to the plane.
Bypassing security entirely.
Totally. They had rifles, handguns, grenades, explosive belts. They forced a flight attendant to close the door at gunpoint, fired warning shots outside. Chaos.
Then Neerja.
As purser.
She reacted instantly, understood the immediate danger, sent the hijack code to the cockpit.
That was critical.
Absolutely. That alert allowed the pilot, co-pilot, and flight engineer to escape through an emergency hatch in the cockpit.
Leaving everyone else on board. Passengers, the flight attendants, and the hijackers.
Exactly.
The Abu Nidal Organization, they were known for extreme violence. And the pilots escaping, while standard procedure to prevent the plane being used as a weapon,
Right.
it completely changed the situation on the ground. Suddenly, Neerja and her crew were the only authority, solely responsible for nearly 400 people.
An unbelievable weight on our shoulders. 22 years old.
The pressure is unimaginable. It went from a hijacking in motion to a hostage crisis on the tarmac.
And the hijackers were furious when they realized the pilots were gone. Their first move was to herd passengers around first and business to the back, economy to the front.
Correct.
Created this tense, awful atmosphere.
Asserting control.
Then around 10 a.m., the first truly horrifying act, the leader picks out a passenger, a 29-year-old Indian-American man.
Rajesh Kumar, who'd just become a U.S. citizen.
Yes. Makes him kneel at the front door. The ultimatum. Get pilots here in 30 minutes or he dies.
And the pilots didn't come back. Couldn't, really.
No. So after 30 minutes, the leader shot him in the head, threw his body onto the tarmac.
Oh my God. He apparently was still alive when thrown, but died later.
Such calculated brutality.
It's psychological warfare, a public execution to terrify everyone, passengers and authorities alike. To show they meant business, the stakes just went through the roof.
And it got worse. The hijackers then demanded all the passports.
Why? To identify Americans.
Exactly. To single out Americans for more violence and put pressure on the Pakistani authorities negotiating outside.
Okay.
But this is where Neerja and her team did something incredible. So brave.
What did they do?
They started hiding the passports of the American passengers under seats, in the trash, anywhere they could discreetly stash them while collecting.
Wow, well, the hijackers are watching.
Apparently subtly enough, because when the hijackers looked through the collected passports, they couldn't find any Americans.
That's amazing courage. Active resistance.
Totally. They were frustrated, so they grabbed a British passenger instead, held him hostage. The leader even told this guy, blaming Americans and Israelis for everything, saying they had no choice.
Justifying their terror.
And the threat was renewed. Get us pilots to fly to Larnaca or we kill a passenger every 5 minutes. The tension just kept building.
It's astonishing. Neerja and her crew weren't just complying, they were actively working against the hijackers, risking their own lives to save others. That's profound dedication.
It really is. Then things escalated again. Around 9:00 p.m., it had been going on for hours.
What happened?
The authorities on the ground cut the power to the plane.
Okay, why? To pressure the hijackers.
Presumably. But the effect inside, the cabin goes almost dark, just dim emergency lights, it gets hot, passengers are panicking even more.
And the hijackers.
They saw it as a final refusal. They went ballistic, enraged. They tried to detonate a homemade bomb. Thankfully, it was poorly made or placed badly. It didn't cause mass casualties, just injuries. But the explosion itself, it triggered absolute chaos.
Utter panic in the dark.
Exactly. And the hijackers just lost it. Started firing their weapons wildly, throwing grenades into the cabin. Just indiscriminate killing, trying to murder everyone.
That's terrifying. The shift from calculated demands to just chaotic violence in the dark. The sheer unpredictability.
In that absolute nightmare, the pandemonium, Neerja somehow stayed composed, focused on saving lives.
Oh, what could she do?
She worked tirelessly to open emergency exits, managed to get a slide deployed from one door.
Okay, an escape route.
Yes, and she started guiding passengers towards it, getting them down the slide. Women and children first, they say.
Prioritizing the most vulnerable.
Then, the moment. A hijacker spots her near the exit, sees children with her, maybe 3 of them. He raises his gun.
Oh, God.
And Neerja, she didn't hesitate. She used her own body as a shield to protect those kids.
She shielded them.
Yes, took the bullets herself. And the tragic irony. The hijacker ran out of ammo right after shooting her. The children she saved, they escaped.
Unbelievable. She saved them.
Moments later, commandos stormed the plane, captured the 4 hijackers on board.
What Neerja?
She was severely wounded. She didn't make it. She died right there, a hero.
She died saving those children.
In total, 22 people lost their lives. Around 150 were injured. A horrific toll.
Her final act. The definition of self-sacrifice.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just that one moment, was it?
What?
It was everything she did throughout those 17 hours. Hiding passports, staying calm, leading her crew, opening the exit.
Absolutely.
And then that ultimate decision, putting those children's lives before her own. It's true heroism, just fundamentally selfless.
The aftermath, as you'd expect, was complex. Investigations found a 5th hijacker involved, coordinating from outside.
What happened to them?
All 5 were caught. Sentenced to death in Pakistan in '88, but that was later changed to life imprisonment. The leader, Zaid Safarini, he was eventually handed over to the FBI in 2001, got 160 years in a U.S. prison in 2006, admitted being part of Abu Nidal. The other 4 were deported to Palestine in 2008.
And the political side. Libya was suspected of backing Abu Nidal, right?
Strong suspicions, yes. It led to compensation claims. Libya paid the U.S. $700 million in 2015 to settle terrorism claims.
Did the victims' families get compensated?
Some did, primarily American, British, European victims. But tragically, Indian passport holders among the families, they received nothing from that settlement.
That disparity. It's rough. It highlights how complex and sometimes unfair international justice can be after these events.
It really does.
But despite that, Neerja Bhanot's legacy, it's immense. Her bravery is celebrated everywhere. Her mother shared something Neerja once said.
What was that?
Something like she'd never abandoned her passengers. She asked her mother, if everyone only thinks of saving themselves, how can our country move forward?
Wow. That says everything about her.
Doesn't it? She received India's highest bravery award, the Ashoka Chakra, posthumously. Awards from Pakistan and the U.S. too. And the 2016 Bollywood film Neerja brought her story to so many.
It was critically acclaimed.
Plus, there's the Neerja Bhanot Pan Am Trust. Set up with compensation money, it honors Indian women who show courage against social injustice. Her spirit lives on, helping others.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, it's just incredible, isn't it? The human spirit you see in the face of such horror.
Absolutely.
Neerja Bhanot's story, it's more than history. It's a timeless example of courage, of duty, of putting others first. She truly redefined heroism in that moment.
It's stories like hers, as difficult as they are to hear, that remind us of the best parts of humanity, even when confronted with the absolute worst.
Yeah.
And how one person's selfless action can echo, inspire so many others. Long after the event itself, it leaves a permanent mark.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into Neerja Bhanot's unforgettable story. As you think about her choices, maybe consider this. In a moment of extreme danger, what would truly define your courage?
A powerful question.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.